The central budget is once again at the center of heated debate in the legislature. This morning, Premier Jung-tai expressed the cabinet's concerns that the approved budget, which had some of the biggest cuts in Taiwan's history, could majorly impact government programs, while the opposition said that the cuts were meant to stop overspending. Tiffany Wong has been following the story and joins us live from our newsroom. Tiffany, what happened at the session this morning?
Well, it was another tense day in the legislature. As you said, the premier was set to give a report, a critique of the legislature's approved budget, but he was delayed by several minutes as opposition lawmakers flooded the legislative floor just as he had reached the podium and was about to speak. This is all about that contentious budget that had gone through months of back and forth between the ruling and opposition parties in the legislature. The cabinet's original proposal for the budget was slashed by 6% by the opposition parties in the legislature. And today, the premier called for more support in certain areas. The budget cuts include cuts to the Foreign Ministry, the Mainland Affairs Council, which is the body that deals with China, and also Taiwan's state-owned power utility. It also includes major freezes to the defense budget, and these areas were all singled out by the ruling party, the cabinet, and the civil society organizations as needing more funding. Today, the premier tried to persuade lawmakers that more funding for social welfare is needed, especially to address Taiwan's population crises, including a low fertility rate and a super-aging population.
随着社会福利的支出增加，政府也要加速推动财政稳健的措施，才能确保国家永续的发展。所以，敢生、能养、乐活、尊老，这已经不是个人的义务，而是国家的责任。
The legislative speaker Han Kuo-yu, who is a member of the opposition Kuomintang, had urged the premier not to request a revote in the legislature. And the budget does reflect a 3% increase from the previous year's budget. But with the huge blow to the budget that the cabinet had hoped for, the premier does seem poised to request a higher budget, even though the chance of lawmakers changing their minds in a revote are quite slim.